Suncoast NPI TV is back. We're live, and we couldn't be more delighted with what we're bringing to the marketplace. And this is all about our Suncoast NPI members and bringing more value to them and bringing this live TV shoot and content and mobile and video, everything to the marketplace. And we can't thank you enough, John Gasson, WeBeam TV. But this segment is all about you, sir, Mr. Rafi Castro with Greystone Investment Group. I'm absolutely delighted to have you with us today. I can't say this to everybody, but I'm really looking forward to this 12 minutes because I know there's some nuggets coming from you. And
thank you for inviting us. Thank you for having here.
Absolutely. So let's make this your time and let's shine. Let's just, I don't know, I think we should just jump right in because I know you are a man that has a lot to offer. And so, you know, Greystone Investment Group. So it's the viewers out there, they're looking in, they're leaning in. Why should I hire a property manager?
So, John, it's one of those things that a lot of people out there try to kind of swing on, on their own. You know, they say, you know what, I have 3 houses, I think I can manage them, all that kind of stuff. Then they start running into trouble. You know, that 2 a.m. call,
right?
You know, for maintenance. You know, that tenant that basically tears down, the house that you spend some money and work, sweat equity, trying to get it in. You want to evict him, but there's a process, there's a legal process for that. And we've seen where people stay without rent, 3-4 months because the owner didn't do, the due diligence. So there's a lot of compliance things that you have to do. And I think it's really one of those things that is peace of mind.
Gotcha.
If you ask me between saving time, saving money, but for me, it's peace of mind. I as an investor, I know that my property is being taken care of.
Right.
I just go to the bank every month, collect.
Gotcha.
And then go from there. And it allows me to then expand my portfolio because I'm not spending so much time in those 2-3 properties. So it's very important to have a property manager. It's one of those things that we almost require from investors because it's definitely, if you want to have a passive income strategy, the passive part is the property management.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a nugget right there too. And just the ability to expand within itself. That's a great nugget. So like when they're kind of leaning in, what factors do you think should people be considering when they're looking to hire a property manager?
I think the first one is experience. You don't want someone that has been, just started because they haven't gone through the process of having the problems and managing them. So definitely experience. You know what? You want to have access to the information all the time. I'm an information guy. I want to know what's happening. So online, programs, well, you can look at your statements. You can make sure that, hey, they did a repair. What was it? And you can get more information, which takes me to the third part, communication.
Gotcha.
It's very important that you have that channel communication. And I will ask, previous clients that they have, hey, you know what? Give me, John's number to understand how good you're doing with his property management. And I would say the last one, transparency. We are really committed to transparency. A lot of property managers out there, they tell you things when they're way out there that it's almost beyond fixing. In our case, as soon as we notice something that the owner should know, hey, there's something going wrong. We're going to fix it. And we're working on it. But tell me now. That way I understand, okay, there's a risk there.
Right.
How can I manage it? How can I help you maybe fix it? So transparency is key as you hire a property manager.
No, that's great. So like on the flip, so like a lot of people, hey, I think I can do this. I can do this on my own. So like, what are the risks, right? So what are the risks of not hiring a property manager? I'm sure there's more. I can think of a handful, but I'm sure there's a gazillion.
Absolutely. So, I think the most common one that people don't know is compliance. If you have to evict someone, you have to send them statements for amount of time. You have to give, 3-day notices. That eviction process is one that it's a legal, landmines that you can walk into, and a lot of people don't get that. They think more of the maintenance part, and finding tenants, but that's one that definitely is a bigger risk.
Okay.
The other one is how do you background tenants? If you don't have a process where, hey, you have a application, credit check, background check, all that kind of stuff, you may be bringing someone that based on what they've done before, but you don't know it. That's gonna maybe they have 2-3 evictions in the past.
Wow.
And guess what? That if you have a quality tenant, then everything else flows, right?
Gotcha.
But if you don't, then everything else kind of breaks down.
Gotcha. Yeah, those are great points. And it's we're filming this in in the greater Tampa Bay area. Beautiful place, right? Love to call it home.
Absolutely.
So in this marketplace, what kind of trends are you guys seeing? What in Tampa Bay area?
Right. So I think first, a lot of people need to understand that rent is a much less volatile market than flips. Actually during the downfits of the market, the rents went up. They went up like between 1% and 3%. And some people go like, how? Well, foreclosure people, they have to live somewhere. And guess what? They have to rent. So they drove the demands of rentals, up during that time. So rentals, it's one thing that is much more stable, and we've seen that 1% to 3% increase in the last 5 years.
Okay.
So that's that. Airbnb. That's the big one right now. Everyone's jumping into it, but at the same time, it's a complete different type of property management. Look at it this way. Every month in a normal rental, every month you collect. Every month, maybe you do an inspection of it, all that kind of stuff. Sometimes it's every day, every 3 days, Airbnb. You need to have a process where you have a cleaning person that goes there as soon as we do that. The standards of an Airbnb in terms of what they expect are not the same as a rental. Rental, I just want heavy-duty stuff that doesn't break, all that kind of stuff. Airbnb, I want it to look nice. I want it easy to turn. And that's one area that it's increasing. And we have seen a lot of property managers. Well, first, that's probably the one that they say, you know what, I'm going to do it on my own. I would say even more than properties, that's one that you want to find someone because of the speed of the Airbnb. The turns it's almost weekly.
Daily, weekly?
Yes. Yeah, and not only that, Airbnb has ways of, similar to Uber, when it's very busy, they increase the rents. They know that, for example, when the Super Bowl was here, okay, let's hire the rents, where this gasolina, you need to know how to do that. And the property manager will have a calendar event and say, okay, you know what, let me plug this into Airbnb so that they know Gasparilli's this week. They know, the Rays are here, or football game. So that's a trend that it's really growing here, but caution that property management side, because you have to make sure that you have a good property manager that has experience or Airbnbs.
Interesting. That's great. That's a segment that honestly I wasn't even thinking about. So we have 5 minutes. So let's tee into like what differentiates you from the marketplace. You know
what? That's one thing that I'm gonna actually let one of our clients speak about it.
Hey, I love it.
Instead of me saying it, let's see what he says about our property management services.
Okay, that's perfect. Let's tee it up.
About 2 years ago, it was a lengthy conversation that I had with Jorge, and Jorge had explained to me their company, what they do, how they deal with investors, and within about 45 minutes, I was completely intrigued. For them in the St. Petersburg area, and I've had nothing but an incredible experience. The people in that company, and I've dealt with their property management team, Jorge, Stephanie as well, are extremely responsive, very respectful, understand how far that can take them in business, and they certainly make you feel welcome being a more newer investor in that area, and at least a newer person that's interfacing with them. They have various teams that are dedicated to different specialized tasks. In my experience, I've had access to communicating with all of them. If I ever have a question or some kind of uncertainty, they can usually clear it up succinctly and usually within an hour or so. I've had nothing but amazing experiences with this company.
Wow, that's awesome. I mean, not a better story than have a successful testimonial right there from the gentleman from Canada. So kudos to you guys. So congratulations. So what about target market? What's your target market? Where are you guys going in?
Yeah, so real estate investors, probably people that have more than 3 properties. I think 1 and 2, I advise people to have it right away from 1, but I think 1 and 2 maybe, they may be manageable. But after 3, you really have, need to have a team that can help you with that. So we're looking for real estate investors that have more than 3 properties that they need to manage. They need to kind of stay away from them and have someone like us take over the management side. We also have a big market of foreign investors. Most of our clients are out of state or foreign. I just came back from Hong Kong. Recently we're going to Canada. In April we're going to China and Thailand. In May. So if you know of anyone out there that is a foreign client that is interested in investing in Tampa, we help them not only with the management side, but we also help them acquiring the property, rehabbing the property, and then managing the property throughout that. So real estate investors with multiple properties that they're looking to say, how can I save time and make it a passive strategy?
Yeah, that's great. I think we want to tee up the gentleman from France.
Absolutely. We have JC. He's from France, based in Hong Kong.
Let's do it.
And he basically has a great testimony on what we do for him, what we did for him.
Perfect.
Je suis français, mais j'habite à Hong Kong. Tout d'abord, un ami à moi qui investissait dans les biens immobiliers m'a conseillé d'investir à Tampa en Floride. J'ai ensuite trouvé Greystone par simple recherche sur Google et je les ai contactés directement. J'étais tout de suite en relation avec toute l'équipe et ils m'ont aidé d'abord dans un premier temps à créer ma société en Floride. Étant étranger, il me faut une société pour investir aux États-Unis. Et ensuite, ils m'ont aidé à trouver des biens immobiliers qui correspondaient à mes besoins. Ils m'ont tout d'abord demandé ce que je recherchais, puis ils m'ont tout de suite aiguillé vers les biens que je recherchais donc dans la région. Tout s'est très bien passé. Ce que j'ai apprécié avec l'équipe, c'est surtout leur réactivité. On a utilisé WhatsApp et les emails pour la communication, moi étant à Hong Kong et eux étant en Floride. Dès que je leur envoyais un WhatsApp, ils me répondaient rapidement et la réactivité a été parfaite. C'est vraiment une société que je conseillerais à toutes les personnes qui voudraient investir aux États-Unis ou en Floride. Et même à la distance, ce n'est pas un problème avec le petit Greystone. Merci les amis.
Oh, that's perfect. I tell you what, Rafi, why don't we put an exclamation point on, what's your target market and how can we refer you?
Real estate investors with more than 3 properties. And we always tell them, you invest, we do the rest.
I love it. I love that tagline. So we just have like 30 seconds to close out here. Well, give us a quick goal. It's been a delight having you, Rafi.
Yeah, basically the goal is it's really expanding within the Tampa Bay community. So we want to get to 500 accounts managed by the end of the year. I think we're in a trend to get there. And really making sure that people are educated about the need for property management, why they need it, and why they need to avoid the risk of just doing it themselves.
Yeah, that's awesome. And just to wrap, great time having you. Rafi Castro with the Greystone Investment Group. Great time with him, and go see him. Go see him and his team. We know him, and we know I can trust him. They're amazing.